In about 2003 or 2004, my mother, who was absolutely not a believer in ghosts or glitches and matrices, etc., and would never exaggerate a story, told me about a dream she had which I have never forgotten. She said she had dreamt about an old family friend who was dying of lung cancer. In her dream, she was hanging out the washing on the clothesline in our backyard when suddenly he walked through the trees and called out to her. She noticed he was wearing a pilot uniform. She was shocked to see him looking so well and exclaimed, "Oh my God, you look so well. Why are you here? Come and talk to me." He answered, "Sorry, no, I've only come to say goodbye to you and to tell you I'm so much better. But I can't stay. I've got to go now. Goodbye." And off he walked past her through the yard and out of sight. For some reason, my mother woke up, rolled over, and looked at the time. 5:23 a.m. Later that day, she got a phone call from his wife. He passed away at that exact time. Once my girlfriend and I were having a bit of a quiet night when we decided we would make some noodles. I thought I'd make some extra to feed to my dog who had been playing that night. We ate our noodles and fed the dog and went and sat on the couch to watch some TV. The dog had finished her noodles and came to sit on our feet. All the doors in the house were shut and locked and are impossible for the dog to open. You have glass sliding doors which were also locked. We were sitting around when suddenly we heard my dog barking. We looked outside the glass sliding door to see her staring back at us with a look that can only be described as "fuck, let me back in." She is a placid German Shepherd, and I've never seen this look on her face. She was fearful and angry and hesitant of us. We let her back in for about an hour she was afraid of us. To this day, we have no idea how she got outside. No one let her outside. No one left doors open. We didn't even feel her get up from her feet. She was there one minute and outside barking the next. Strangest thing I've ever witnessed. Here are a couple stories posted by this same person. When I was 8 years old, my friend Patrick and I were in the woods near our houses. We were pretty deep into the woods, and when all of a sudden we heard Patrick's mom calling us. There was no mistaking her voice since she had a very unique Australian accent. We kept hearing her calling out to us, and we finally make it to the house and asked his mom what she needed. She said she never called us. 2. I remember chasing my own doppelganger around my yard when I was 9. When I finally thought I had him cornered in between a fence and a wall, it vanished. 3. When I was 7 or 8, I remembered going into the boys' bathroom at school and some writing appeared on the mirror, like when you write on the mirror after you take a hot shower. The same thing happened a few days later on the mirror in the bathroom of my house. The only weird thing at first was that there was some vapor on the bathroom in the boys' room. However, the writing that was in the boys' bathroom and my bathroom at home were similar. They both mentioned something cryptic about death and angels. I was the only one that used my bathroom at home. 4. This one is tricky, but I swear it happened. When I was between the ages of 7 and 9, I remember waking up one morning and seeing crawfish all over the streets and on people's lawns and cars. It had rained pretty viciously the night before, and my friend and I were running around picking up the crawfish and playing with them. They were all making their way to the streets and floating down into the sewers. My friend vaguely remembers this, and my parents don't. I can't find record of this ever happening, newspapers, radio, etc. However, there are records of animals raining down from the sky in other parts of the world. When I was little, my mom was brushing my hair. She put the hairbrush down on the corner of the couch and left to go back to the office. It was just her and I at the time. My dad was fishing and my sister was at her dad's house. We're half siblings. My friend was coming over in a few minutes, so I decided to get a juice box. I get up from the couch and go to the kitchen, grab a juice box, and go back into the living room. The brush is gone. I yelled for my mom and asked if she put the hairbrush away. She told me that she had never left the computer, which made sense because I would have heard her. Our house was small and the floors creaked a lot. Also, I would have saw her get up and go to get it because I walked in and out. Later that day, my mom opened a drawer in her office or something, and the brush was sitting in that drawer. I was creeped out for the rest of the night.